2 weeks ago, I did an account takeover for a really good friend of mine that was struggling with the banker. Now, he really wanted Boolin, and he did not have her. And now, since we have Boolin in the Magic Pass, I convinced him to get Boolin because Boolin's amazing, and today we're going to show her off. Welcome, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is BearCozy. I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos, and today we're showing off Boolin. Now, if you have seen any of my other videos, you might recall seeing a video where I did an account takeover for a friend of mine. Check this out. Today, we're doing a Clan Boss account takeover for a good friend of mine, and we're going from this to this. Now, in this video, as you can see, my buddy struggled, and his banker damage was 364,000. We got him to almost 900,000, and that was a very, very big improvement considering we had a very small choice of gear, and I went through and I recorded all of that, and we did that together. However, one thing he struggled with is he did not have Boolin, and today I want to show Boolin off. Now, right now, here is what he's rocking. Ever since he got Boolin, he opened up Team B, which is amazing. He did hit 1 mil, and right now he is rocking 1.5 mil. So that is a huge improvement in 2 weeks. He went from 364,000 to 1.5 mil, and Boolin is now in the team. And I wanted to show her off today. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Huge shout out to Zura for letting me use his account. All right, here we go. Turn 1, Marion Shadowblood. I think he's got her ascended. Skills are off, if you notice, because of William's trait. William's trait increases the damage done over our hero's basics. Boolin actually can use her skills off as well. That is something that I've been experimenting with. She doesn't always have the skills off. He chose to leave them on. I choose to leave mine off, and I'm still experimenting with that. And of course, there is a large window of RNG. Sometimes you get a lot more damage. Sometimes you get a little bit less damage. That's just part of the game. If you don't know what RNG is, it's a random number generator. And that's how the damage is calculated. There is a range. That's why it's a little bit different every time. And by the way, I'm really excited to do the showcase. If you have a showcase of any kind that you would like me to show off, I would be more than happy to. Get in touch with me on Discord, DM me, send me an in-game mail. I don't really read. I don't notice them for a couple of weeks at a time. But DM me in Discord. I'm always available. So this is a showcase of Boolin and just how much his damage got improved. Now, this is... Right now, it's on auto. We're going to do this run. Then I'm going to play a clip of the last run. And what I can actually probably do is maybe play a clip during editing of the run originally. And we can compare the damage when I edit. I will put the older video up, the video that I fixed and where we went, where we almost tripled his damage. Now, we still use the same gear that he had. I didn't farm anything. I didn't really level any gear. His gear, he's lacking on gear because he's struggling in Queen of Tides 12. He does not have Gangulo, so the runs are very slow. There goes Jacob. One of the heroes I encouraged him to level was Jacob. Jacob is amazing. All of his skills during Madness, which is his ultimate, all of his skills on all of his turns are considered basic, and that works out really, really well with William. Let's go ahead and click on him after he's done, so that way William can actually put up the defense buff on him. When William puts up the counterattack, he always puts up a defense buff on one hero. And as soon as I'm able to click on him, there it goes. Now, we should get an extra defense because I am noticing that he is getting a little bit lower. So we should get some more defense on Jacob. He is really good. There's the defense down. We really don't need it, but for the purposes of autoing, one of the things my buddy said to me was he did not want to solo. He did not want to manual this clan boss, and I don't blame him. I don't really enjoy manualing either. I did what I had to do to unlock Team B, and I don't want to, right now mine's on auto. I just hit 2.2 mil. I feel like it's coming along pretty well. And for him to not want to manual this, he wanted this a fully auto team, and that is exactly what we did for him. And then ever since, he took it over, and he was very determined on unlocking Team B, because as you unlock Team B, you can now get a lot more damage out of the banker. Because Jacob's damage is not crazy, but he does okay. What's helping us here is Marion Shadowblood. She is fairly fast. And I did not look at any of their stats. If you want, we can go over that in this video so you guys get an idea of what he's running. I'm a big believer in using the gear you have and working what you have, finding a way to make it work. And I'm really, really glad that Zura took my advice. I said to him, buy the Magic Pass. I believe I told him a couple of times, buy the Magic Pass. Boolin is coming. You're not going to want to miss her. And I'm glad he took my advice. In the beginning, I did not think Boolin was very good. However, she's extremely good at controlling the banker's rage, which means that you get more turns on the banker. You get a lot of extra turns that you can survive because his rage does not hit 100%, right? And as long as it doesn't go up all the way to 100%, we can take a few extra turns. And usually, for me as well as him, usually round 10 is where everything falls apart, which is normal, right? Because he starts doing more damage, our heroes start losing health. So round 10 is actually pretty good. There we go. He did hit a mill with this team right there. We are over a mill. That is wiped out. On to Team B. And for those of you that are still struggling with Team B, one of the questions that I got, the common question was, does the damage stack? Meaning, is the damage cumulative with Team A and Team B? And the answer is yes, it's cumulative. The damage is tallied at the end. So Team A plus Team B equals your overall damage. And that is exactly what happens here. So if you have not unlocked Team B yet, you will. Keep working on it. Get Boolin, get Earendil, use Jacob, whoever you have. Flarance is very, very good in the banker. Garrel, not so much. Antonua is okay as well. There are lots of heroes. He's using Crazed Urzag because he's got him. I don't have him, but you can see he's taking a few turns. And, of course, just like everybody else's team, Team A does a lot. Team B doesn't do a lot because we put all of our best heroes in Team A, and then the rest kind of suffers. My team is exactly the same. I just hit 1.75 mil on Team A for me, and like 350k on Team B. So it is what it is, you know. It's slow and steady, and it's a progress. But I wanted to show this off because Zura's made a lot of progress in the last couple of weeks, and I'm really, really happy for him because I remember him struggling in Queen of Tides 9, Queen of Tides 10, in Ash Magisteria. I remember working through all of that together, and I remember him struggling in the banker and him saying to me, I will never be able to open Team B. And here he is. Team B is open, and just like that, he's at 1.5 mil. That is his highest. And then with Flarance in here, she gives everybody counterattacks. So she is sort of like William, and she's a really good addition to the team. Plus she heals. So she's a good addition to Team B. When I added her to my Team B, she's actually been doing a lot of damage. Or my damage, my overall damage went up, I should say. She does primarily heal, but with the joint attacks, as you can see here, that is on her ultimate. Works out really nice. Plus, she also puts increased damage taken on the boss, so you want her going first. And it's been really, really cool watching my own progress and watching his progress. So we'll take a look at his stats overall. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't think he's going to be able to hit 1.5 mil. The rage meter is almost full, and that is something to keep an eye on. If you are struggling in the banker, you want to keep his rage meter as low as possible. That is the name of the game, keeping his rage meter down. So this run did okay, 1.37. He has 1.5k. Let's go ahead and see what everybody's rocking here. Let's look at the battle report. And as you can see, Boolin doing really good damage. 0.5 mil just on herself. And actually, next one up is Marion Shadowblood. He actually got really, really lucky with Marion Shadowblood because she's ascended all the way. I think mine is ascended A2, and she doesn't do very good damage, so she's not in my clan boss team. I need better gear for her. That's something I'm struggling. Jacob is doing okay. I feel like Jacob can do a lot more damage. He is probably in speed boots. If I know Zura, Jacob is probably in speed boots, so we'll take a look, see if we can put him in attack percentage boots. And then here is Team B. Crazed Urzag did the most, which is kind of cool. I was not expecting that, so that's kind of neat. Stats starting with Boolin. And I feel like as soon as he can advance Boolin, she's going to do more damage. And I don't know if he's got any Ascensions, but he does have one. I will let... I'm not going to use that. I will leave him to use that himself on whoever he wants. Taking a look at the stats. Here are Boolin's stats. 4,700 attack. Very, very nice. 138 speed. Pretty good. Stats look pretty good. Almost 100% crit rate. Not quite, but crit damage is looking okay. I feel like anything around 220 is respectable. Next up, in no particular order, we got Earendil. Earendil is pretty good as well. His trait allows him to launch a bonus attack when an ally hits a critical strike, so he's very good. I use him in my team as well. As you can see, the stats, attack is a little bit low. Speed is okay. Crit rate is almost 100. Crit damage 206. Nothing crazy. Only 2 ascensions. Very, very attainable. Go over next into Crixus. I'm probably not saying his name right. Let me know in the comments if that is how you say his name, if I'm saying it incorrectly. He is pretty fast, and he does have speed down, which is really, really nice on his ultimate. That does help a little bit with the turn gauge boost. So here are his stats. He's 227. He's probably a little bit faster, and the 227 probably needs to be on Marion Shadowblood. Let's take a look at Jacob, and then we'll move over to Marion Shadowblood. Let's go ahead and look at Jacob. Jacob's running okay. He does not need to be at 132. He could be a little bit slower. Maybe we can push his crit damage up a little bit. If we take a look at his stats, of course, he's in 5-star boots, level 12, so there's definitely a lot of room for improvement here. And just from, I know from experience, from helping him doing a few account takeovers, I know he's struggling in Queen of Tides, and it does take a long time. Now, who do we got next? We got Garrel. Garrel is okay. Let's take a look at his stats as well. Attack, almost 3,500, 159 speed, 100% crit rate, 163 crit damage. Crit damage could be higher, but he's doing all right. Moving on to who is the next one. Crazed Urzag is the next one. Crazed Urzag is okay. One of the things that I did to help him in Queen of Tides is I had to take some Crazed Urzag gear, and I felt kind of bad about it because he really likes this guy. Urzag is very, very good, and I feel like he's really fast, and he doesn't need to be 176. He's probably that fast for Arena, but he can also put him in attack boots. He's probably in speed boots. He is in speed boots, but he probably did that to get the rage set active to hit 100% crit rate. So over time, maybe my suggestion would be get him out of speed boots, get him into an attack percentage boots, and get him into a crit percentage ring, and that will work out really, really nice. Flarance heals based on the amount of this character's max health. I feel like she does not need the triple Terra set because her heals are really, really good. And he does have her in health boots, which is awesome. She does have a lot of health. Let's take a look. She's at 23,000 health, which is cool. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement there. Speed 165. The rest of it doesn't really matter too much. Plenty of focus to land the increased damage. And last but not least, I believe I covered everybody except for Marion Shadowblood. She is fully ascended. She is really, really good. Trait is ascended. Attacks landed by allies have a 30% chance to launch a joint attack. Trigger chance scales with this character's speed. That is one of her benefits to being fully ascended. Let's take a look at her gear. She's in a rage set, so I can tell that Zura is struggling to farm Queen of Tides to get them out of rage boots, get them out of the rage set, and he's doing that to make sure that they hit their crit rate cap. And speaking of crit rate cap, she's at 191 speed and just a half a percentage under 100%. She's looking pretty good. Nice crit damage. I believe Marion Shadowblood maxes out her joint attacks at roughly 90%. And if I recall correctly, you want her around 220 speed. Her attack is a little bit lower. So what I would probably suggest is for him to switch Marion Shadowblood and Crixus. Maybe they can swap their gear to see if we can push a little bit more damage out of them. Marion Shadowblood can take his gear at 227. And we'll see if she can get a few more joint attacks. What I would recommend him to do is go to the gear manager and then just do a custom gear set. And that save Crixus and then save Marion Shadowblood. Swap them around, try them out. If it works, keep it. If it's not, just swap them right back. And of course, we have looked at Boolin. She was the first, and I want to revisit her again. Now, what makes Boolin really, really good is, of course, the lightning attacks at the end of the turn. Gives herself 30% lightning shield, which is awesome. And at the beginning of the round, converts the remaining shield to a lightning recharge. Lightning recharge is right behind my camera. And it says boosts attack based on the remaining lightning shield. So if she doesn't take damage, her attack goes up. And one thing that makes her really, really good, deals damage based on the caster's attack upon taking damage. So that's kind of cool. She does have an induction debuff on the main target. And she is very, very good at controlling the banker's rage meter. That is what makes her so desirable. Now, when you are running her in a clan boss team with William, I typically only use her basic. Because if we go ahead and look at William, speaking of William, I believe I forgot to show off William. If we look at William, he is almost ascended all the way, which makes him awesome, which means his trait is activated. His trait is an aura, which gives plus 60% team-wide basic ability damage. And that is exactly why I turn off most of my hero skills that are in the comp with William. And speaking of, let's go ahead and look at his stats. I'm sure you all want to see his stats. William has pretty good stats. He does not need to be at 100% crit rate. And it does help if he has the highest health, because the clan boss does target the hero with the highest health unless he's AoEing. So that is William. And there is Boolin. Boolin is really, really good, and there still is time. So you have plenty of time to get Boolin if you have not gotten her. Hopefully, Boolin will help you to not only push your clan boss team to over 1 million, but also unlock Team B. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Smash the like and the subscribe button down below. Also, leave me a comment. Leave me a nice comment. I read all of your comments. I'll try to help you. I'll try to answer any questions that you have. And for more videos like this, check out the top right.